Hi, my name is Terri Sproul, and I like to welcome you to my studio. I said that wrong last time too. I don't know why I can't say that anymore.
It's the booze.
God, I wish. No, really, it's not. Anyways, thank you for joining me live. This is our Tuesday night class. Tonight we're going to do a little bit of fun stuff. We're going to do Day of the Dead, and we're going to play with a 3D effect also to give something that'll pop off your art journal page, but yet still lie flat when you close your book. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm excited because I am getting to play with these stamps from a dear friend of mine, Michelle Cummings. She has her own line of stamps over at Sin City Stamps, and that's sincitystamps.com. And those are the stamps we're going to be using tonight. They're the Day of the Dead stamps, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. Oh, if you want two windows up, what you will want to do is top right corner. There's a little, like 3 little lines. You can shrink your one so you can see it on both, or you can join me over at youtube.com/Terri Sproul, and I can see the comments over there too. That's my blog right there. Stop by my blog tomorrow. Actually, stop by my blog today. I've got a really cool project up right now. A couple design team calls going on also. Creative Paper Clay is looking for a new team. Arnold Grummer is looking for a new team. That is making paper. Talk about fun. You get this great kit where you get to make your own paper, and they send you all kinds of fun stuff with it. So check those out. If you have any questions on those, you can also join my group called All Things Terri Sproul and ask me questions there. Okay? Okay, I'm going to switch cameras so we can get going. If you have any questions, please put your questions in caps, and I will do my best to see them. I do have Joe here with me, and Joe will do his best to also catch the questions. So I'm about ready to change cameras and get going.
See, there it is again. I told you Mai Tais before teaching, not good.
I love Mai Tais though. Mai Tais are yummy. I had the best Mai Tai when I went to Disneyland last week. Oh my God, they have these huge ones. They're like that big. Oh, they're so good. Anyways, okay. If you can't see the video, you need to push the go button. So somebody could tell Christine that over there on Google. She says she can't see the video.
She wants a YouTube link. Do you have one you can post over there?
I do. Let me give you that. Nope. Copy. Paste, share. There you go. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now, tonight, to do this 3D idea that I have, you actually have to have work on a separate piece of paper and add it to your book. I do use the Cottonwood art journals. I love my Cottonwood art journals. I highly recommend them. They have nice thick pages in them. They lie flat. See how they lie flat there? Pages lie flat. So I really like this journal, but tonight I'm going to be working on a separate piece of paper, and then I'm going to be adding it into my book later. So off camera, I cut a piece of cardstock, and this is nice thick cardstock to fit the inside of my book, and I did take time to gesso it. I've had a couple comments on gesso. Whenever I say that I gessoed my page prior to you guys getting here, I gesso it with white gesso. So always assume I'm using white gesso unless I say otherwise. Okay? So I want to do the paint resist technique tonight. And this is a really cool technique, but you have to have your page gessoed. It's very important to have your page gessoed to do this technique, because gesso is going to act as a resist for this technique. If you do not gesso your page prior to doing this technique, it will not do the resist because it absorbs into the paper. At present, I am throwing out some paints, and these are all cheap craft paints. And I'm doing a Day of the Dead theme tonight, so I'm kind of using the colors that are Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead are really bright, fun colors. So as you see here, I've got pink and turquoise and orange and yellow and red out on my palette. So these are all nice, bright, fun colors. Also with this technique, you need to have either baby wipes, which is what I will be using tonight, or you could use a wet paper towel also will work. But honestly, baby wipes work the best. And if you have a 99-cent store, excuse me, 99-cent store close by your house, you can get baby wipes at the 99-cent store. So, thank you, Joe, for putting up that link for Cottonwood Arts over at Dick Blix, but they also have their own website, excuse me, which is cottonwoodarts.com, I believe. Okay, to do this technique, you're just basically going to grab some paint, and, oh, I need to get a baby wipe out. Hold on. Let me be prepared here. Baby wipes. Okay. You're going to grab some paint, and you're going to put it onto your piece of paper, journal page, whatever you're doing, making sure that you have it gessoed. While it's still wet, you're going to lay your template on top of it, and then you take the baby wipe and you can literally wipe away the paint through the template. And then when you lift that up, you have color below you. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Yes, I do love Perfect Pigment also over there at Art Papers Online. I will have a link really soon up on my blog so that you guys can go directly to that site. So while I have some green on my my paper, I'm going to do another one over here in the corner. So more paint. And remember, you need to do this technique while it's still, your paint is still wet. So sorry I was out of line there. And you do need to also remember to move your baby wipe around, because if you keep using the same spot, it will actually add the paint back onto your canvas. See that? Isn't that cool? Now I'm going to switch colors. I'm taking off part of my paint with the baby wipe, and then I'm going to get my paintbrush wet. Take off the rest of the paint. That helps keep your water a little cleaner. Just for an FYI. It's another really good tip. So I want to get some more color here. I think I'm going to go into that pink. Let me zoom out here. Oh, there we go. That'll work. So I'm putting some pink on. This is a crappy paintbrush. I should just throw it away. Another template, baby wipe. Isn't that cool? I'm going to do that again. Right here in this. Let's do it like right here in the center. So this is a really fun technique. You can also do this same technique with gelatos. Gelatos will do the exact same thing. Let me zoom out for you. So see, we're getting a background going already with just a few colors. I'm going to change colors again. So I'm cleaning out my paintbrush with the baby wipe. Get a lot of that paint out of there. Then I can go into my water. See, I have water right there. And this way your water doesn't get so dirty. And let's go in with, let's do that red. I like this rose template right here. Isn't this pretty? This is from, I believe this is the Crafter's Workshop template. And it just reminded me of Day of the Dead because they do a lot of roses and skulls and stuff. It's a lot of the Day of the Dead type stuff. So when I seen this template, it just instantly reminded me of the Day of the Dead. So had to use it. Had to use it. Now see how I'm only getting like pink there because I don't have a clean spot on my baby wipe. So I have to keep turning it to get that paint off to make it actually go to almost back to white. See that? And that baby wipe's dead. Well, I can use it just to clean this off. Again, cleaning my brush off. Okay, I got a couple more spots here, and then I'm going to start laying more color on top. I think I'm going to go in with that. Let's do that orange. And let's do this template again. So again, laying the template on top, baby wipe. Ooh, I like that. That turned out cool. I'm going to do that again down here. So right now we're taking paint off using the template. Here in a second I'm going to start putting it back on using the template, which you'll see here in a minute. So this is a great way to get a lot of fun layers on your background. Don't know how many of you guys spent the day, I know I did, watching HSN. They have the e-brush that I used a couple weeks ago on sale for $99. And they also have the Spectrum Norms on sale, which is a great price too. So look at that. Look at that fun background I have already. Okay, now I want to actually start adding stuff back onto the top of it. So I'm going to grab a couple more templates, and this time instead of pulling away, I'm going to put on. So I'm going to use a makeup sponge. I get these also at the 99-cent store, by the way. These are my favorite way to put paint on, through templates. I put a little paint on it, and then I dab the paint off. You want very little paint on your template. And then you can go in, and I dab on the paint. If I run out, I just go over and grab some more. This template right here that I'm using is a Tim Holtz template. You can find them over at Michael's with your 40% off coupon. Okay, pull that up. See that? Isn't that cool? So now I'm putting layers back on. And actually I want to do that same thing, except for I'm going to reverse it. Again, I'm dabbing on paint, and then I'm dabbing it off. So this is really going to give me some fun layers. Did anybody buy anything on QVC? Or not QVC, HSN? Have to admit I didn't buy anything. I was a good girl.
It wasn't too early to start buying my Christmas present, though.
I already have your Christmas present.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You can keep adding to it, though. One should never feel Christmas shopping is done.
Oh, no. No, no, no. I'll have a lot more for you. There we go. So I got a nice little sunburst going on there in the center. I think I'm going to come in with this fun template. This, again, is a Crafter's Workshop. I think I'm going to go in with some of this orange. Again, dabbing on, kind of dabbing off. And I want to do a burst right here. I have a really good coupon also for Sin City stamps. So if you really like the stamps I'm going to use tonight, you can go over there and pick those up. I'm sure Michelle would like it. If Michelle is in the room, she said she was going to try to be. You are welcome. Look how cool that one is. She also has a group on Facebook that she's welcome to put that link up. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm going to stop there. There's my background. Okay. Now, as far as these goes, you have a choice. I buy them in a whole bag for 99 cents, so I just throw them away. But if you want to save these because you're even more thrifty than me, put this in water immediately. You can clean out all the paint and you can reuse these. Also, you could, if you let it dry, I've also cut off the end and started over. It's up to you. I'm just going to throw this one away today. But if you do want to be thrifty, you can be. There's a couple of good tips on how to be thrifty. Okay, I'm not going to need any of this paint, so I'm going to get that out of my way. Okay, I played with, like I said, Michelle Cummings stamps today. She has a whole plate of stamps. A plate of stamps, just for an FYI, is when people make rubber stamps, they have to make a plate. And that's what actually presses your stamps. And normally we make, you get a whole, the plate comes usually kind of themed. And if you go over to sincitystamps.com and check out Michelle's Day of the Dead set of stamps, it comes with all of these stamps and it's just one whole plate. So as you see, you get 4 skulls, and then these are all like little embellishments that can go on the skull. Because this guy right here, as you see, he doesn't have any embellishments on him. So you could make your own by stamping on top. So it's a lot of fun. So I stamped out a couple of these guys today, and I colored them in with just general markers. I used my Spectrum Norms, but you can use whatever you want to today. I also had fun. Whoa, there we go. And I put on glass beads. Can you guys see that? See the beads on there? So I want to show you that. Where is it? There they are. These is what glass beads come in. This is a product from Liquitex. There's Michelle. Michelle just entered the room. Michelle, I was just talking about your stamps. Oh, she just put it on there. Good. Okay. So she just put her Facebook group up there. Okay, this is the glass beads. What I did is once I stamped the image out and colored it. So here's one stamped out. I didn't color it, but pretend I did. I took the glass beads, and it's this kind of, it's a white, clear product that has tiny, tiny little glass beads in it. And I took, and I'm not going to do this right now because I want to use this again. I took my spatula craft knife, and I took a really light coat and just put it over it and let it dry. Okay, so that's how you would use glass beads. And I might use these a little more later on in the class, but that's how I did that, and then I let that dry. And it gives you that really kind of fun, sparkly, almost looks like sugar, because they do sugar skulls, I guess. Before I thought about doing the glass beads, I actually did this one with crystal lacquer. So it's got a really high shine on it. I like crystal lacquer over 3D crystal lacquer from Sakura Hobbycraft over any of the other lacquers that are out on the market for a couple reasons. One, look, you can bend it. It's flexible. It will not crack. It doesn't bubble, and it will not yellow over time. It will always stay this clear, beautiful crystal look. So this is the product I prefer out of all of them. So I did those two. But I want to come back to my little page here that we started. And I want to use some of these fun additives that were on part of the these extra stamps that were part of the plate of stamps. And I'm just going to just do some random stamping around the back. So these are flowers. And yeah, I'm being bad not using my stamp thingy. I'm just using my hand. So I'm going to do that flower. Here's another flower. I'm just going to do some random stamping. And I am using Indian ink. You do need to use a permanent ink. That is important. We've talked about it a couple times during the classes. So you can use StazOn, you could use archival ink, or I use Indian ink from Stuart Superior because that's my favorite black ink. You could also use your Pitt pens. These are also Indian ink and permanent. These are from Faber-Castell Pitt pens. You could use those also. And you would just take the image and just ink it up and then stamp. Okay, so I got some background there. I want to decide where I want to put these guys. And I want one of them to pop up. So I think I'm going to put one right about there. Now prior to my class, I did, like I said, cut a piece of paper that's going to go in my art journal, and I folded it in half. So I know where my center is. And now I actually want to make the 3D part. So what I want to do is make a little tab that will fit my skull. So what I'm going to do, everybody watch this because I can't do it more than once, is you're going to cut where you want your tab to be. So I got one cut. I put it in not very far because I wanted to fit my skull. And then I'm going to do another tab about, so it's about an inch or so away from that one. See that? Okay. Now you open this up. You're going to push that tab in. Okay, see that? So I pushed it in, and now I'm going to fold it closed. So see, it's pushed in. See that? And now I'm going to fold it closed and push down on those two tabs. So now I have a nice clean fold. See that? Okay. Now when I open it up, see that? See that? See that? Okay. See that? So now what I can do is I can glue this guy onto that tab right there, and when the page opens, it'll lay flat like that, and when the page closes, you'll have to trust me, it's going to lie flat also. See that? So it'll lay there and it'll lie flat. Okay, so that's where I'm going to put him. But I don't want to do that yet. Actually, now I can put it in my book. Let's start putting it in my book. So I happen to have this page that I started that I don't like what I started, so I'm going to cover it. Worked out conveniently. So I use double-sided tape. This is a really good, heavy-duty, sticky tape. That's double-sided that I put all the way around all of my edges. You do not want it, the adhesive, where the notch is. So do remember that when you're gluing down your page. Okay. Now I can go ahead and glue this down. So now it's in my book. So now you see how it's still got that little notch in there? See that? How it's going to lay flat once I get the book to close. There we go. So there we go. See that little notch? Isn't that cool? So this technique can also be done on cards. You would just do the same thing. You would make this piece of paper and it slips into the card. Okay, but I want to do some more fun stuff before I glue that in. I have this really cool stencil, and I believe this is Andy Skinner stencil, and I believe, and I'm not positive because I didn't have a chance to look today, you can get it over at decoarts.com. If not, check out maybe Andy Skinner and see if you can find it. And I want to put him in there. I think I'm going to put him right there. But I want to do molding paste on this one. So, I want to get a piece of Teflon sheet for myself, some molding paste, a spatula. So I'm going to grab some molding paste and throw that down here, because I'm actually going to color this. You could just go straight with the molding paste right directly through the stencil, but I want to color my molding paste. So I am using a pretty purple, because it's my favorite color. And again, Day of the Dead is very fun, exciting colors. So I'm grabbing the pigment and I'm adding it directly into my molding paste. And I'm going to just blend it in. And you do want to blend this until it's completely one color, unless you're looking for that modeling look, I guess it would be called. To see how that's one solid, beautiful purple color.
And you know, Terry, a lot of Americans think Day of the Dead is spooky, scary, but it's really a big festival. It was started in Mexico, but now it's celebrated all over the world. And it's really a time for families to come together and gather to pray and remember people who have died, but in a really positive, fun way. We know they're in a great place, having a great time, and I think it actually started with the Aztecs a long time ago. So there's a little history while you're spreading your paste.
That's a great history. You know, it's funny. Me and Joe went to meet these lovely people last year when we were at CHA, that taught us all about Day of the Dead. And honestly, I thought it was creepy and weird, and I didn't understand it myself. And it was really cool to get the education that we got from the, what was the name of the Facebook page, Joe? Was it?
CJ's Angels, because their son was named CJ and he passed away.
Yes, and that was
at a very young age.
Yeah, at a very young age. And it was funny, too, because both me and Joe felt very uncomfortable when we found out that their son had died. But it ended up being a really cool, positive experience by the time we were done with the whole thing. It was really weird. Look at that. Now you want to get this into water immediately and this into water immediately. So give me a second here while I try to clean up. I need to set this down. So I'm going to take a baby wipe to this immediately to get off all that extra molding paste. And then I'm also going to, without closing that, and I'll show you that up close here in a second. Just give me a second to clean this, because this is one of my favorite masks and I really don't want to lose it. And you will ruin your masks if you do not clean this up or get this in water or something. So make sure you do this step. If you're busy, I usually have like a thing of water below me and I just drop it into water. So anyways, there you go. All clean. Okay, let me bring this back over and show you that skull. Isn't that cool? And then, as you see, it's dimensional. Isn't that cool looking? Like it. Like it, like it, like it. Okay. I want to put I have my 2 other skulls that I made. And these, again, are from Sin City Stamps, and they are from Michelle Cummings, who's in the room. I consider her a dear friend of mine. We just went camping a few weeks ago. I want to say we actually had a lot of fun, but unfortunately it was like 109 degrees that day that we went camping, and it was just sadly miserable. And I really, really wanted to have, I was so looking forward to the whole event, and it just ended up being kind of a bust in a way, and it kind of bummed me out because I don't get to spend enough time with Michelle. Okay, so I'm going to put that there in a second. But I think I want to put Day of the Dead up here in stamps. So I have these, I bet you guys remember these old foam stamps from way back when. Let me see if I can find. I probably should have done this off camera, but I didn't. And I haven't found one letter that I need yet. There's the A. There's a Y. There's my D. And there's my E. I think we're good. Oh, I need an O and an F. Hold on. Day of and a the. There's an O. The T H. I just need an H. Getting there, guys. H. There we go. Okay, got all my stamps. Now these foam stamps, you actually use them with paint, and I think I'm going to use the purple again because it's standing out really good against the background, but I could have went with black or something like that. I'm just going to use the purple. A little bit on my desk. Cleaning off my paintbrush. How long does molding paste take to dry? It does take a little while to dry. I would probably leave my book open all night. I'm not saying it's going to take all night to dry. Actually, the top of my piece right now is dry to the touch, but it's probably not cured. You know what I mean? The difference? So it's dry to the touch, but it's not cured at this point. I would give it at least a good hour before I would even start to close my book, but I will probably not close my book till tomorrow. And what I'm doing off camera here.
And Terri, can I add, if your background is really dry, and you know where you did the molding paste through the stencil to make that really cool skull, while that paste is wet, you could sprinkle glitter or mica all over it.
Absolutely.
But you don't have a lot of time. Once it makes a skin over the top of that paste, it's game over, baby.
Exactly. He is right. You can definitely, while it's still wet, sprinkle all kinds of fun stuff into it. So have fun. But again, like you said, get it while it's still wet. Glitter would be fun.
I love that D. That D is so fun. This is going to be a huge day. I love it.
It is going to be a huge day.
No, I love it. It's perfect. And the sunburst stencil flipped left to right to make that double-sided burst out of his head is great. Great, great, great.
Thank you.
Now, you know, if we want to do it crafty Chica style, you'd have to glitter the hell out of it.
Oh, I know. But, you know, honestly, I am not a glitter girl.
You just don't want it all over the house.
I never was quite a glitter girl. Also, just an FYI, guys, I have a set of stamps coming out soon through Sin City Stamps that are going to be big letters, and they're going to be very similar to these that I am using right now. And they're actually going to match my my set of stamps over there that are the numbers, the numeral numbers. Okay, day of. So we got, this might have to go down there. We'll see. We'll see. That's why I never glue anything down. So again, I'm just coloring these up. And there's so little paint that you have on here. I don't really stress on trying to get it cleaned up. Okay, oh, didn't find the F. Hold on. I thought I had it. There it is. Again, just putting a really light coat of paint on there. Making sure I'm going the right way. We all know I'm famous for that. Check that out. Isn't that looking good? Day of the. So we need to put the in there. We're going to run out of room. Day of. How can I put the? Maybe I'll put the. We might have to go all the way over here. We have to go. We're going to spread across the whole page because we can. No. I know what I'll do. I am not going to put the in that big letters. I'm going to do it in a small letter here in a second. So I'm going in, starting the word dead. Yeah, again, back to doing DEA dead. Dead. D-E-A-D, right? Joe? Dead, D-E-A-D?
Yes.
Thank you. A little back to the history. Day of the Dead is, like he said, a celebration where they actually have a big dinner and they make shrines and stuff for their family members. So it's kind of really cool. I always thought it was spooky and kind of creepy and all that stuff too.
Now, Terry didn't tell you the backstory, that it was through Crafty Chica that we met this person, and all I got was a text from them saying, meet at this address at this time, and Terry and I hopped in her car. We had no idea where we were going. We probably could have been killed, going to some stranger's God knows what, God knows where, in the hood, potentially, who knows. But off we went in the spirit of crafting. Didn't we, Terry? possible Terry's internet has gone down, so please stand by. We'll see if she can come back.
Can you guys hear me?
Ah, you're back.
I'm back. My whole computer went down. Sorry. Okay, I didn't get much done while I was down. I finished the dead. Okay, am I frozen still?
Put your hand in front of the camera.
Okay, there we go.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, apologize for that, guys. Don't know what happened. Anyways, didn't do much. I finished the dead. That's all I did offline. My whole computer just decided to stop. Don't know what happened. So, anyways, I got a black pen out. And this is the Scarlet Lime. You can get it at scarletlime.com. And I'm going to put day of, and I'm going to put the right here. Day of the. So I'm just going to write that. I think I'm just going to do it in, I'm going to do it in, let's do it in a really pretty cursive. I'm going to try to do it really dark so it comes out real good. You could use a Sharpie here also. You could also use the Faber-Castell Big Pet pens. Would also work. Okay, so I got the Day of the Dead there. Okay. Luckily, we don't have much more to go, so I think I do want to put, like Joe was saying, it kind of goes with a, this whole look kind of goes with a glittery type stuff. So I think I want to use these glass beads, and I'm just going to grab them, and I just want to just kind of put them along the edge just to add a little bit of sparkle to it. It won't show up much right now. It'll give a little bit of a sparkle later on. So you're not going to see a whole lot right now. Actually, right now, all you're going to see is this white. And it almost looks like I'm ruining my page. But I'm not. It will dry clear, as you've seen earlier. So I'm just throwing some on there just to give it some oomph in a couple spots. So that'll all dry really cool later. Okay. Thank you. And again, I'm going to clean off my spatula because you don't want to let those beads dry on there either. Let me see if I have any dewdrops because I want to put some dewdrops in his eyes. Let me see if I can find a pair close by. Give me a second. Let me grab some dewdrops. Oh, there's some. Okay, dewdrops. Dewdrops you can get over at Robin's Nest. And these are actually teardrops. They all have, some of them are shaped like little teardrops, see that? But some are circles, so I'm going to try to grab a couple circles. And I'm going to add to the center of his eyes. Nope, that's not a circle. Let's see if I can find another circle in here. Ooh. Ooh. Better don't have another silver one in here because I want one. I think I'm going to go with 2 silver ones. I just don't have 2 silver ones on my desk. Ooh, wait a minute. Nope, those aren't either. Oh well. So I'm going to find a second silver one here in a little bit and put that on. Okay. Don't know what's going on with my computer. That kind of bums me out. Okay, let me put those away later. Get off me. Okay, still need to put my 2 little skulls on. I think I'm going to put one there, and then I'm going to put one on my tab. Okay, when you put the one on the tab, this part's important. I'm going to use some double-sided tape. This is very important, this part. Adhesive. Oh, let me give you guys a coupon code. Sin City Stamps coupon code is going to be 18 BART, B-A-R-T, 18 BART. So, see the tab? Now if I pull the tab up like that, you see I only want the adhesive on that part only. Okay? So I put some adhesive on there. I'm going to pull off the protective cover, and I know it's going over. Don't worry, I got that handled. Pulling off the protective cover, and then I'm just going to take this extra part and pull it up and have it just continue to glue. So the only part that's glue is right there on that tab. So now I got to take my skull. Again, this is the Sin City Stamps skull. How pretty that is. From Michelle Cummings. And I'm going to glue it on. Now see how I'm lifting my page up here so that I know that it's going to lay flat. So I'm going to glue that part down. Okay, now it's held there glued. Now it'll lay flat when I open the book. Now I can't close the book because I have a lot of wet stuff on there, but when I close it, it's going to, see how it's going to fold in there? See that? Isn't that cool? So it's an interactive page. How cool is that? Okay. I'm going to grab some gel medium. And I'm going to put this other skull down, and then we are done. Yep, right there I think I'm going to put it. So I'm just grabbing some gel medium, paintbrush. Cleaning out my paintbrush. This has got a lot of purple paint in it because I didn't clean it off right. I just don't want to contaminate my gel medium, so trying not to get a whole lot of purple paint in there. So I'm going to just put some gel medium on the back of my skull here. And I'm going to lay that down. Okay, there we go. And that'll glue down in a second here. I like gel medium as my adhesive, but you could use a glue stick or something else if that's what you prefer. Lid. Okay. Now besides going in, because I don't have two of them on my desk right now, I am going to add eyeballs to him in silver in a dewdrop. This all will dry. That's all white there. That'll all dry and be clear and give us a little bit of a shimmer. And we're done. So that page is interactive. See that? It moves. Except for my eyeball keeps popping off. And actually, you know, one of my favorite adhesives also, especially for dewdrops, is crystal lacquer that I was just talking to you guys about. Little tiny drop of crystal lacquer. Put that eyeball in there. That will never come off. Again, 3D crystal lacquer from SakuraHobbyCrafts.com. So there we go. There's my page. I like the way that turned out. You got a little bit of a pop. It still will lie flat in your book. Can't close it right now, but you guys believe me, I hope. Oh, you like the skulls too, huh? Isn't it fun? And look at the dimension on that one up here. Oh, just put my finger in. Look at him. Isn't he cool? And there's the one from Michelle. And there's the other one from Michelle. See, it's already starting to dry right there, so it's almost clearing up now. So as it dries completely, it will clear up. Okay, I'm going to switch cameras if we have no more questions. I'm not seeing any over there again. There's a lovely background, thank you. Gel medium rocks for gluing, it does. And Golden's beats Liquitex. I agree with that one too. I am a Golden fan. Thank you, Michelle. I'm glad you like what I did with your stamps. Thank you for making them. They're really awesome. Go over to Sin City Stamps and buy Michelle's stamps. Again, the website is sincitystamps.com. The coupon is 18 Bart, and it's good for 30% off your whole order. So go over there and get 30%. Thank you, Susan. 30% off your whole order. While you're there, you can buy some of my stamps. But definitely check out Michelle's Day of the Dead stamps. And I like how fun my background turned out. It was a fun page to make. You see the dimension? See him? You can see that he's popped off the page. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, if we have no more questions, I appreciate you guys stopping by. I apologize for the computer going down. I don't know what to tell you. That's all I can say. Thank you very much. Join me next week. Give me a thumbs up on YouTube, please. Really appreciate it. And everybody have a nice week. See you next Tuesday. Thanks. Bye.